and we're able to either buy or sell or hedge any of them in real time.
So yeah, once retail investors come in, it just makes sense to me. Like they will see, oh, I already missed out on Ethereum. I already missed out on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 150K. Why would I buy Bitcoin? And Ethereum is like $5,000, $6,000. Why would I buy that? And then when they, most people won't understand what is market cap, how many tokens are in circulation. They think of it like stock, that all the stocks have same quantity. So what they will do is say, oh, XRP, it's only $4. That's a great price. So that's where it will really launch. That's what happened with Shiba Inu and why Shiba Inu exploded in price. Because people keep coming back, to Shiba Inu because it was so cheap. We're gonna hit $1. We're gonna hit $1. It's gonna make a lot of money. So these billionaires, they know what they're doing.
$1 billion gain for everybody else.
So again, this is like free money before the retail comes in. Again, sorry, I can't say free money because it's free money for these corporations, not for us investors, because they're literally selling Bitcoin and getting a lot of money and commissions out of that. So yeah, anyone, they're still building the ledger, they're still building the XRP utility. But once that is done, we just saw a huge theory on BlackRock working with Ledger. Again, it's all a preparation phase for the big players out there.
That outperforms the S&P index on a consistent basis. So if you are a public company, it's a very simple choice. There's one best asset and there is no second best asset. Bitcoin works for a public company because it's higher performance than the S&P and it's more volatile than the S&P and it's a commodity, and so you can go to 100% leverage, and every mathematical model you can possibly work through indicates.
The good thing is if you're good with trading with XRP, you can literally borrow from an exchange. Like a bank won't give you out a loan, but you can borrow money from an exchange and trade with their money. Like if you have $1, they will give you $75 or $25. And the good traders, they make instantly money. So that to me is crazy.
That the right answer is 100% Bitcoin. If you diversify that, all you're doing is bleeding off, diluting the volatility, which devalues the options. So you're going to destroy your own options market. And if you dilute the Bitcoin with anything else, you would destroy your performance. And so the first order answer is it makes no sense because the options are destroyed and the equity is destroyed. The second order answer is you can't build a Bitcoin-backed convertible bond or Bitcoin-backed convertible preferred stock or Bitcoin-backed fixed income preferred stock if you're not Bitcoin-backed. Right? And so
yeah, that's why they're building everything for Bitcoin. XRP at $10 was like a fantasy a few years ago, but now it could be a possibility. SHIB is never going to hit $1 because there's so many tokens. But the thing with XRP is the community is so strong, it's trying to push for $4, $5. It's literally, I don't think it's at peak yet. I don't think XRP is at the peak because nothing shows that it's fading off. If people don't sell at $340, I'm extremely bullish. But again, I could be wrong.
If Berkshire Hathaway, for example, were to buy $100 billion worth of Bitcoin tomorrow, they might have more Bitcoin than us, but they couldn't issue equity and credit instruments that have Bitcoin's performance because they would be diversified. And so at the end of the day, it makes sense for us to be 100% Bitcoin because it gives you the first order best result, and then all of the securities that we build inherit the volatility and the performance of Bitcoin, and we would in essence be destroying, we're crippling our own securities and crippling our own performance to diversify. I think we live in a world of abundance, and there are more messages and there's more entertainment.
Yeah, so this is the thing that Michael Saylor is trying to make. You can only pick out a few coins, and there's never going to be, all these meme coins, I think they're going to get oversaturated. There's no reason to keep them, right? If you can buy just a better asset. So why would you buy like something on Pump Fun, like something that just launched, if you want to buy something with a brand like that's 12 years, 13 years old? So it doesn't make sense for them. That's why people keep buying the top 3 picks. They don't scroll down, go to top 300 coin unless they're gamblers, right? And this is why Ethereum, and XRP and Bitcoin are still the kings and probably will be kings for the next 20 years. Because we never see these big institutions wanting to just gamble on meme coins. Like they're not going to put $2 million, $3 million into meme coins. Ethereum going to $60 or Bitcoin to going to $0 would be cool, because I would be selling my house and everything I had to buy XRP at 1 cent again. So this was a big life regret. But the thing is, you can always make more money, right? Missing XRP at 0.001 cent hurts. I would have put a very small amount. Maybe $1,000 would be like a lot of money, but you gotta think about the future and all the future potential that these coins have.
You can sit and you can watch Magnus Carlsen chess videos.
They will create tribes.
And you can almost watch an infinite number of commentators commenting on the same chess game by Magnus Carlsen.
That's the issue. There's so many choices right now. You can have literally 30 foods delivered to your home, but only one is going to be really healthy for you. Only one is going to be a really good pick.
If you want to go down that rabbit hole, we have $64 billion of Bitcoin. If the stock were to trade to $1 tomorrow, well, we wouldn't sell the equity, duh. We would just...
You have infinite supply of entertainment. You have infinite supply of probably properties. And, well, not an infinite supply, but like a good supply of properties is very limited. A bad supply of like entertainment is infinite. And that's what's the issue is in the real world. But with crypto, the good thing is there's only certain part that you can own. So if you want to buy, if the big corporations, they want to buy everything, they literally cannot. Because at a certain point, they will not be able to. They will have to ask people to buy it from there. And that's why they're buying so much from the exchanges, right?
Sell the preferred stock, we would be selling stock over collateralized 10 to 1 against Bitcoin with a 10% yield, and we would generate billions of dollars of gains.
Again, they want to take it all. They want to buy everything at a very cheap price. That's what they've been doing since 2022. Why do you think they were buying at 18,000 Bitcoin, Ethereum 1,600? I was reading the news and I didn't believe it. 3 years later, here we are. So that was one of my biggest regrets. Maybe quitting, YouTube for 3.5 years. But the important factor is the markets keep moving. The markets don't forget.
So, you sell a preferred stock. If someone's stupid enough to short my stock to $1, I would sell $1 billion of the preferred and I would buy back the common stock, right? And I would just recapitalize the company, right? And then the common stock would fly through the roof and then they would be complaining that we bought the thing that they were selling. So operating companies can do this. Trust.
So yeah, he's basically saying that you can fake the prices with, companies. You can potentially like never fail your company and stuff like that. But the real thing is it literally shows you the results. If people want to see XRP at $5, you cannot fake. You cannot fake buy something, right? You cannot make up that Bitcoin will hit 150K. The money has to come in. So with some stuff, you can fake it and kind of like make different prices. But here the market cap is literally demand, market, buy and supply and demand.
Companies, trust funds, ETFs, they can't do this. A closed-in trust can't do what I described. So the way that I see the world and the way that we see the world is when someone irrationally misprices something, then if it's mispriced too low, we buy it. And if it's priced at a massive premium, we might sell it, not to drive the price down, but just to capture the premium. And we construct all the preferred so that I sell this preferred that people want US dollar yield. I sell this preferred to people that want convertible. I sell this preferred to people that want Japanese yield. I'll sell this thing to someone that might want a euro yield. I will create this for people that want leverage. And so we're creating optionality into the credit.
Again, yeah, this Michael Saylor is saying Bitcoin for him is basically just the start. He's going to be moving to other cryptos for sure, and he's going to be moving by market volume. And literally 3 days ago or 4 days ago, by the time you're watching this video, it depends, XRP hit a certain volume of Bitcoin. So where are you going to make more money? Selling the golden shovel. So all these big players from Bitcoin are moving now to XRP to sell services for XRP, like transactions. They're selling, all these big institutions are selling different things instead of Bitcoin, because it just makes more sense of them. It's right now, XRP is at a huge hype level, and it kind of makes, a financial standpoint sense to sell what most people are interested in. So here we are seeing basically these big institutions and billionaires coming to build applications for XRP, accepting store payments for XRP. That's what I saw with SHIB. And you can kind of see the same pattern here. All these partnerships, they're going to XRP. They're not going to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is getting bought up by institutions, but, we will need Ripple's permission, to do a lot of stuff. The funny thing is right now there's over 900 employees working for XRP. And there's some coders and some stuff working for Bitcoin. But the thing is, Ripple is being actively developed. And I don't see that with Bitcoin, for example. It is being actively developed. It is having lots of updates, core updates. The issue is Ripple can always be upgraded and follow the tech.
Correlated to different forecasts, like your forecast of interest rates, your forecast of Bitcoin volatility, your forecast of Bitcoin itself, your forecast of crypto policy. All of those futures are changing all the time. We're straddling that future, and we're able to either buy or sell or hedge any of them in real time, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, or 1 billion, right? And sometimes you do nothing for you could do nothing for a month or 2 months, and then you could do $2 billion in 2 hours, right? So
that's the power of XRP. 50 cents to $3.5. Literally gave you $3 free in just a few months.
Maybe you'll do something, consistently, but we built the business to straddle the crypto economy and the traditional finance economy.
Again, 2015, 2017, 2019, these were the years where institutions were not even looking at crypto. All the banks denied crypto. Now the banks are joining. XRP was not even on any exchanges because of the lawsuit. So now that it's listed on exchanges, it gives them opportunity to do these over-the-counter transfers, which are billions of dollars or millions of dollars. XRP couldn't do that 5 years ago. So there's a ton of volume coming in. There's a ton of whales trading because otherwise they couldn't trade on exchanges. And guys, trading, very big part of the crypto game. A lot of people are making their full-time living trading.
And to monetize volatility. And we're pretty thoughtful about how we do it. If you look at Bitcoin today, Bitcoin's digital gold, it's digital cash. What does it mean? It's a bearer instrument, a monetary instrument. What do I think is going to happen? I think it's going to keep growing from $1 trillion to 10 trillion to 100 trillion. It's going to keep getting bigger and bigger in the capital stack. And I think other forms...
So yeah, again, getting started with Ripple, basically, we are in the early stages of Ripple building the foundations for XRP. And again, it took them 12 years. So I like to say early stages because sometimes this technology, they built some 2015, they just started with some ideas. 2016, they launched their own, platform, ICO, from what I remember, to raise the prices for XRP and the costs. Then over 12 years, even with a lawsuit, they raised 500 million employees, probably will raise more employees in the future. And again, who's paying for all these employees? Part of it, I guess, is potentially cryptocurrency. And the other part, I'm guessing, is all these partnerships and all the services they provide for banks, institutions. Because who pays a lot of money? Do you think it's the retail investors? No, when you work with a business, businesses have infinite money glitch.
Of money, fiat currencies will continue. You're going to have sovereign debt, corporate debt, other type municipal debt. As long as you have cities, they'll issue debt. As long as you have countries, they'll issue debt. As long as you have companies, they'll issue debt. As long as you have families and they want to buy a house, they'll issue debt, mortgage-backed debt. You're going to have all these forms of credit.
Debt.
When people cash settle, the settlement network will be Bitcoin. Was the world built on a gold standard in the 19th century? Yes.
The age of gold is over. It's only high because it got a 5,000 year head start. 5,000 years. If I was here 5,000 years, I could be waiting 5,000 years and just buy all the stocks and XRP. Of course, I would be the richest person. That's the thing with gold. People are saying gold isn't outdated. It's literally backed by banks, but banks are now looking for other payment platforms. They're looking for alternatives to invest.
Gold. But what circulated? Sovereign debt. Will the world be on a Bitcoin standard in the 21st century? Yes. What will circulate? Every form of credit of every credit-worthy counterparty, and then on top of that, equity, layers of equity from public company, private equity, and you'll have all sorts of other collectibles. I don't see a world where that disappears. I don't see a world where it needs to disappear.
It doesn't mean that gold, we will start throwing gold in the trash and it will be worth $0. It just means that it might be replaced or it might be like flipped over. So both can be used. Bitcoin doesn't have to become world currency, but it should become an alternative when people, can't pay the bills, can't make money, or when they want to invest and keep it for their future children. It should become an alternative to stocks. I think that's a pretty fair opinion of me. Like we are waiting for that for such a long time, and you should make the decision if you hold some or not the banks.
So
and now the banks can hold crypto. They can literally hold XRP. They couldn't buy a single penny before of Bitcoin. Now they can hold it. Jerome Powell just confirmed it. Again, billions of dollars coming. Who has infinite money? Banks. Banks can buy crypto.
I see a world where there are many types of assets.
Before they don't want to even touch crypto, no crypto transaction, no exchanges, nothing. And we're seeing this, in this year and next year is going to be like the crypto financial phase, like crypto regulation. Again, Trump is going to be still in power for another 3.5 years. 3.5 years, and look at what happened after 8 months or one year of crypto regulation. This thing takes time. And now we're seeing it just getting started.
Of the financial universe of the 21st century emerging is Bitcoin. If BlackRock holds 3% or 2% of the Bitcoin, or if Strategy holds 2 or 3 or 4 or 5% of the Bitcoin, it doesn't matter because
the governments are going to come in and they're going to swoop in all the cryptocurrencies. They're going to be buying at a very much discount rate. They're already they're just getting the green light, and that's what I'm really excited for. So guys, smash that like button if you want more. We have XRP payments explode, rate cuts in July.